Hello guys and welcome to this Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I am gonna talk about, well, basically how a perfect Raid would be with perfect gear. You can do the same thing like with Trenda and whatever, but I'm gonna do Rae just because I already have her and she is a strong arena nuker and stuff like that, so I'm gonna do it with Rae. So, what we will imagine today is pretty much that we have perfect gear, perfect everything, and yeah, we'll see how that works, and we will see the difference, what actually this empowerment does. How much more damage do I get from this? Because I get a lot of stats from this. 40% attack, 15 speed, 30 crit damage, 10% crit rate. Insane. Literally insane. We will not take in... we will not count, basically, the gear set, because we will imagine that the enemy has 0 defense, just for, this test purpose. So, okay, let's start with this. I'm gonna record my screen instead, because I have this little notepad. I have put up some numbers. Oops, this is wrong. Here we are. Boom. So basically, on a weapon, you can have all of these substats. That's basically the best damage substats you can ever get. On a 6-star piece, a crit rate, attack, crit damage can roll with a 7 substat like this. At this attack, roll 7 2 times. This can also happen with crit rate, crit damage, and if it is legendary, you can basically get 7 times 4, 28% substats additional. We are also going to take attack percentage on every substat we can get, because you can glyph it with +8. You will imagine I've done that. You can speed can only be max 6, but it also can be glyphed with +8, so we'll imagine that as well. Obviously, this is kind of close to perfect, but it's not legendary and not perfect rolls. Same with this helmet. So we will imagine that it was legendary and everything was perfect. So, how many substats can you actually get from a weapon? Well, you have the 3 base, that is 7%, crit rate, attack, crit damage. Then you can roll one of those 4 times with an additional 28, 28. Then speed is 6 base, and you can get 8 glyphs here, 8 glyphs here, 16. Basically 71% substats. What is what you can get. So basically I will just count all the substats into one big number and then divide it the best I possibly can. So obviously things won't be completely perfect, because if you have substat speed on every single piece of gear with a +8 glyph, you will get up to 98 additional speed. That we will test. We'll just pretend the number is 200 speed with 100% crit rate, just for the test purpose here. A shield can only get 56% substats. I think that should be right. Yeah, because you can't roll attack percentage on a shield. So basically you lose 7 plus the glyph 8, so you lose 15% substats on a shield just because of that. But that is the maximum. So yeah. Gloves, they are insane, kind of. We are counting in the 80 crit damage. Crit damage is obviously the best gloves. The reason for that is they can roll up to 80 additional crit damage, like this, 80%. While the best crit rate gloves, do I have any? That is rolled to max. Probably not. Yeah, but it's similar to this. It can only be 60% crit rate. So crit damage is best to get more. So you want a lot of crit rate substats on your gear. So 80. Then you can also roll crit rate. You can roll attack. That can be increased If it's a legendary, you can roll like crit rate or attack 4 times additional, then you have speed, and you can glyph the attack and the speed with +8. So you gain about 145. I hope this number is right, it doesn't matter that much. A couple percentage here and there, it doesn't really matter. So 145 substats from the glove alone. The chest plate and boots is going to be the same. There you want attack percentage, especially on the chest plate. On the boots, you also want attack percentage, because attack can roll to 60%, while speed boots only go to 45%. Basically, you get additional 15 substats right there. That is pretty nice. So the maximum on both those pieces are 107. The reason why, well, if you didn't count in this 60, it would actually be pretty low, because on a chest plate with attack percentage, you cannot roll attack percentage substat as well. You can't roll the same as your main stat, so just keep that in mind. So therefore we kind of lose a little bit of potential, but that it's the maximum. So yeah, how many percentage is this in total? Well, that is 557%, just about. That's a lot. Obviously, a lot of those goes to crit rate and speed, just to get to the maximum. We are gonna count the flat attack later. I won't confuse that right now. Accessories. On a ring, you can roll basically the same. Legendary, you can roll 7% attack. You can roll it 4 times. It's gonna be 35% attack. Then you can glyph it +8. So that will be 43, I think. So yeah, I just added a little bit of stuff. I did this kind of weirdly. Crit damage amulet is going to be 40. Then on the amulet, you can have both speed and attack percentage. So obviously, you want to quad roll attack percentage there, if you can. Obviously, it's going to be hard, but yeah. Obviously, no one has perfect gear. This is going to be the perfect gear possible. So from accessories alone, you also get 135% substats. Just about that. Might be a little bit wrong, but doesn't really matter. For masteries, you get the 5% crit rate. I went for this because crit rate has 15% base. Then if you add the 7%, that is max. If you do that 12 times, add that on top of the 15, you'll get to 99% crit rate. So basically, we will waste 4% of this and add those, so you will end up at 104 crit rate, whatever. So, and we can get 10% crit damage. Who cares? 15, no big deal. From Great Wall, you can get 25% crit damage, 20% attack, and from Gold 4, you will gain 20% attack as well. We will count in the Faction Guardian just because why not? It gives you 10% attack and 10 speed. We will not count in the Empowerment yet, but the Empowerment in total gives you 95% substats. We will not count in that just yet because I want to show you how much more damage you'll get from the Empowerment. So in total now you end up with 722. It's now, that's not the completely right. Without Empowerment, but yeah, flat attack. You can get 265 from weapon, 398 from banner, 265 from your ring, flat attack ring. You can get 280 from flat attack from gear, like this. Do I have any here? Attack here, you can get percentage, that's right. So yeah, I can't remember if I have any like that. Yeah, because flat attack can roll in a 6-star piece, maximum 30 flat attack. But you can glyph it plus 40, So you will end up about 240, 280 light attack, who cares, right? Anyways, and just the amulet alone, if you quad roll light attack with the perfect numbers, plus glow fit plus 40, you will gain 190 flat attack from the amulet. So you would end up at 1398 flat attack. So just to make it easier, I counted that as 100% substats. I didn't count that on this number though. But if we spread all of these substats kind of equally, just get the highest number possible. We have 200 speed, 100% crit rate, so basically we lose 85% there, 102 there. We have 620 left, 620% left, but we gain kind of 100 here, but we're gonna put those into attack and blah blah blah. So we will end up with 390% in each. Wait, is that right? Wait. I might have done a little bit of that. Let's see. 300, between 100 there. Oh boy. Don't say I've done anything wrong right away. 7, 390. Oh god. Because we kind of get 100 there, so let's say we had 720, so it would be 360. Where do I get the 90 from? Why isn't it 390? I might have forgotten some percentage somewhere. Anyways, let's just imagine 390% instead of 360. It should be right. I done the math beforehand, but anyways. So basically, you will end up with you take your base attack. Let's bring the calculator. Base attack 1, 3, 4, 3. You times that with 4.9. Oh shit. 1, 3, 4, 3 times 4.9. That will bring you up to 6,580 attack with a Ray, that is. With a Trunda or people with higher base attack, this will be more like 7,500 something. So this is the attack with the perfect build. But the crit damage, this is gonna be a shocker. You will be basically having 390 crit damage. Oh yeah, I just remembered where I got the additional 30% from. That is the base crit damage. I almost forgot that. Yeah. So you get 30, so basically I divided it equally. There is where you get the 30, yeah. So this is right, just remember that. So the math is correct still. Beautiful. So you will actually end up with 390% crit damage. That's insane. I've seen people with 330% crit damage, 340% crit damage. It's actually ridiculous. So that is going to be the perfect, division or whatever you say, if you take it equally. Because 5 times 5 is 25, but if you have 4 times 6, it's the same amount of substats, kind of, 4 times 6 is going to be 24. There's a little difference there, but if it is 5 plus 5 instead of 4 times 6, it's going to be more. So that's the number you end with. This is the attack. Then you times that with not 3.9 because you have your base damage. Then 100% crit rate is going to be double damage, and so we times that with 4.9 just for the. That's going to be 32,000. So yeah, that's going to be the right way to count this. 32,000. So the thing is now, if we add in the empowerment, And just to make it easy as possible, we are gonna take 50% additional attack, 50% additional crit damage. Because if you're gonna use the empowerment, you kind of already built it with that in mind. So obviously this is not gonna be 100% correct because your total speed is gonna be actually higher. With perfect subsets, you're gonna end up with 98, as I said earlier. But with the Faction Guardian and empowerment system, you're gonna end up with 25% additional speed. Additional on that. So, but just imagine that, yeah, this is all ended up in attack and crit damage. So, then the math would be not times 4.9, but 5.4. So we take a base attack again. 1343 times 5.4 times 5.4. Boom, 39,000. Obviously, that is a lot higher than 32,000. So how I do this, I take this divided by 32,250, and boom. With basically, with perfect gear, you gain 21% more damage from the empowerment system. You can maybe say it's 20% though, because we kind of get a little bit of speed and whatever. So 20% more damage if you have the perfect gear already. That's pretty good. Now, then we will, well, I took my Rae and I looked at what the damage would be with my empowerment if I empowered my Rae. My total stats is not 32,000, obviously I don't have the perfect build, but mine is 19,475, like this. This is my stats. So, and if I add the empowerment system to this, my Rae is gonna end up with 25,000 instead. So basically I get a 28% damage boost instead of a 20% damage boost. So basically the worse gear you have, the stronger the empowerment system is. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is just some examples. If your crit damage and attack is kind of weird, if you think for some reason attack is a lot better than crit damage and you end up with 7 times 4, how much attack is that gonna be with a Rae? 1, 3, 4, 3. Shit. 1, 3, 4, 3 times 7.4. Oh, I took divide. Fuck. 1, 3, 4, 3 times 7.4. If you gain 10,000 attack with Rae, but you only have 240 crit damage, you will actually only, I would say, end up with 16% less damage. So, but if you have the numbers 6 times 4 times 4 times 4 instead of the perfect 5.4 times 5.4, you're gonna end up with 37,800. That's not that different from this, and that just say that if you have some, you know, if you don't have the perfect attack and crit damage synergy, it's fine, as long as it's not insanely different, you know. So if you have crit damage gloves, attack chestplate, crit damage hair on your amulet, attack, especially if you have attack boots as well, you can't go wrong. I would rather go with the most subset possible on a piece. Like, if I had a helmet with double roll in attack instead, and the total subset numbers was higher, I'll go with that. if I had a one with, let's say, if I had a double roll crit damage but no attack, then I would still go with this one because I can glyph attack and attack. Yeah, you should always have attack percentage on your substats because you can glyph it. Obviously, you can do that if your main stat is attack, but yeah. So just compare, so for fun, I just compared my Rae to a perfect gear with empowerment system Rae. Basically, the numbers ended up with, as you knew from earlier, the perfect Rae build would be 39,000. Mine is 19,000. And that is roughly half damage from a perfect Rae. So yeah, if you have perfect gear and empowerment system, well, you gain a lot. Okay, let's imagine, I haven't done the math on this yet, but imagine if you're early game, but you have spent a lot of money on this game and you somehow have gotten 5 Rays and you get a +5, +4 Rae, I mean, very early on. Let's say you only have, oh shit, let's say you only have 4,000 attack. No, it's even in reverse. Let's say you have, yeah, anyways, let's say you have 4,000 attack, 200 crit damage. That's a lot worse than mine. But that's kind of easy number to get up to. So 4,000 times 3, it's gonna be then 12,000 instead of 19,000. That's like only 60% of the damage that I have. But if you add the empowerment system on top of this, basically you are gonna get 4,671. This is half of the base attack, so you get 671 additional attack. Then you add times 3.5 from the empowerment system, boom. You can end up with 16,000. That is actually a over 30, well, it's gonna be a 35% damage boost that early on. So the worse gear you have, the stronger the empowerment system is. It's kind of stupid. And this is not that far from my Rae. So yeah, the empowerment system is kind of broken. It's absolutely insane. Oh yeah. Let's now end up with how the numbers would look like if you put this into arena, and let's say ignore all defense. So the damage multiplier over Rae, a 2 is 4.3, but if the enemy have a debuff, it's 50% more damage, so basically 1.5 more. Let's say you have increased attack, because everyone has increased attack normally. Then this is the masteries, 5% more damage against targets to full health, first hit, targets with more health. That is going to be a total of 15% multiplier. The A2 damage multiplier alone is going to be like 6.5. Yeah, I didn't add the 1.3. That's the multiplier you gain from books on the skill. Yeah, I added that in the math. So it's going to be 50% multiplier. So with my Rae, let's just say my has 20,000 total substat numbers, times 15. My Rae with true damage is going to deal 300,000 damage. That's going to one-shot everything, but except if the target has a lot of defense, like a Duchess, I may not one-shot her. But the perfect Rae with 40,000 times 15 is going to be 600,000 damage. That's just ridiculous numbers. So yeah. So anyways, I'm just going to show you like this. Power you get from level 4 compared to level 3. It's ridiculous. Like, you can gain 10 crit rate, 30 crit damage, 5 speed, and even 10 more of that. It's actually stupid. Yeah. Crit damage and crit rate is kind of unnecessary. It's so much stats. So, let me show how good my Rae is. I would say my Rae is pretty good. So let's just... let me show you. Boom. I usually use her A3. Is dealing a little bit less damage, but so yeah. Do that. Use defense. Use terminate or whatever. Now I don't have a decreased defense on this arbiter. Doesn't matter. Just parry. Okay. That's not gonna be a problem because I have reset, madame, and boom. My A3 did 133,000 damage. Like, I have more than enough damage against basically every team. Okay, this is gonna be a hard one. They have Berserker that basically absorbs 30% of damage. But will it matter? If this was a incredible tanky team like in Platinum or something, then yeah, I think it would have mattered. Okay, let's use the A2. Boom. One shot everything. And my Rae is not perfect at all. I could, with perfect gear and empowerment system, I could do double that damage. Then I would kill them without decreased defense. It is ridiculous. So every speed team like this is just... it doesn't matter, it's everyone's dead except if they have swift parry. 140,000 damage on average. And the most health one of them had was 66,000. Put him close. Of course, in Platinum, Rae is not good enough. Because I will make a video of this as well. How much health can you get? How much defense can you get on the champions? And it's gonna be ridiculous. How much survivability can you get on a champion? Okay, the finals is over. Oh, there was a speed savage. No, the frenzy savage. Yay. 4th place. Yay. The difference for 4th to 5 is 10. Yay. Wow. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you like this. If you want some other kind of theory crafting like this, and I will do that. I will do a one with how tanky a Duchess can be with as much HP and defense as possible with the empowerment system. How the empowerment system is super broken with defensive champions like that. How much health can a Mountain King get? He has the highest base health in the game, 31,000. How much health can he get? What's the maximum? Yeah. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe if you liked, and yeah. And I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.